Welcome everyone to episode 3 of My Week in Lego, the series where I talk about exactly that, the things that we did this week in the world of Lego. This week covers January 10th through January 16th, and we started this week off with a banger by getting our very first 2022 Lego set, the Iron Man figure. Look at that gold.
I already have all the gold in this bag. Yoo-hoo! I need this light brick. I need it. There. Perfect.
Jack.
Figure is done.
Wow.
Got yesterday, and I built like 3 bags of this, and I finished the 4th bag today.
And it's literally 5:42 in the morning right now. After finishing Iron Man, I knew what needed to be done, and that was to finally complete the LEGO Ideas fossil set, which turned out really nicely, and you can see it here. Just finished this beauty. This is the LEGO Ideas fossil set. You guys already saw the Tyrannosaurus Rex that Clarkman did an amazing job of building. My end of the bargain was building the Triceratops, which happens to be my favorite dinosaur, and there it is, built up, looking good. Clark also built the Pteranodon, just going all in on this set, and it comes with 2 minifigs as well and a whole bunch of tools. I think this set's awesome. I'm very thankful that Brad sent this over to us, and I think as a display piece, you can't go wrong picking this up if you can still find it, especially for that T-Rex. That thing just looks amazing. This is the part of the video where my neighbor comes up his driveway over here with his leaf blower blowing the snow off of the driveway. Love that guy. But anyways, the next thing on our list of things to do was kind of a continuation of last week's My Week in Lego, and that was a pressure to get this studio organized. The place was a big mess, and it was time to be done, especially with Clarkman having a sick day last week. I was like, hey, we're home all day. The snow's flying outside, so let's just go ahead and get this place looking good, which is exactly what we did. And I took that opportunity also to show everyone how I organize my Lego sets once I build them and tear them down and take you through that whole process. I'm man enough to break my boxes down like this, but I'm not man enough to throw them away. So all of my boxes are lined up here. I label all of these, as you can see here. Inside here, you can pull your set out that you want to build, and they're all in there nicely organized. These manuals I end up putting in a 3-ring binder that correspond to the theme. They're all kept here, which is actually somewhat organized. I have these all in order from set number. As rewarding as it was to get this place cleaned up and how good that felt, what felt even better was finding some lost treasures in my storage room, and Clarkman made a pretty epic mock that day as well. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna build for years off this.
Perfect. Think of all the money I'll save in buying Lego parts. I came across this box that was sealed. I cut it open, and inside this is a Lego set, a brand new one at that. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I ordered this a long time ago. This came from eBay. Oh,
I'm done.
That's pretty cool. Is that you?
No, that's me in my little creeper outfit.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
And then I can get out by lifting down that, and then I can get out. I have my little travel bag on.
Aw.
His arms are really articulation.
Yeah, it's neat. I love that. It's getting louder. Should I add this to my Week in Lego too? The neighbor came by while I was recording my video and made a bunch of racket with his leaf blower. Where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by the neighbor? I think I was going to talk to you about the studio being nice and clean and allowing us to get on with our business, which is, I guess, reviewing Lego sets, although I don't consider myself a Lego reviewer. But for one day, we did. We brought Clarkman's newly acquired Lego sets down, the Luigi Starter Course, or also Luigi's Adventure. I always call it the starter course because it's just like the Mario one. And he also got Bowser's Airship. Those were Christmas and birthday gifts. I talked about them before here, but we finally got around to showing those off to you guys, and they are some beautiful sets, especially if you're a Mario fan, and especially if you're a kid that loves replayability in sets, because these are the sets that Clarkman takes and he plays with like crazy, especially the figures, which Luigi that day ended up taking a bit of a tumble upstairs. Clark went to pick him up to bring him down here, and he dropped to the hardwood floor and broke his little hand off. You know how Lego has like the little like hook hand? That snapped. So I did a little bit of super gluing, which I would love to have footage here for you, but I was kind of like more focused on actually fixing it than filming it, surprisingly. But yeah, it all turned out, and the video was a smash, I suppose. It stopped. Silence once again falls over the Brickitect studio. We can do the rest of this video in ASMR. Don't unsubscribe, please. Just give me another chance. That's all I ask, another chance. because we ended up getting the Christmas sets finally taken care of. I've been dealing with these things on baritect since Christmas, since we defeated the backlog, and it was time, as a way of organizing the studio once and for all. The Christmas sets came over and I started breaking those down. But that wasn't the most fun part of that experience. The most fun part was Clarkman and the things that he was getting into. And I think I'll just let the clip roll here. Got some Jabbo on. And we got some set tearing down happening. With my big helper over. I did these 3 yesterday. Getting rid of all the Christmas stuff. That felt like it took forever, but the Elf Clubhouse is no more. Rest in pieces. Clarkman is over here building what could be one of the coolest things that you've ever seen in your life. This is a
Sharky crab mock.
Sharky crab mock. This is, I guess, a mock from a set that we had a duplicate of that was just kind of chilling down here. This is the Creator Shark, and it has the mobile builds here. But Clark is making a 4th build that could be the best of the bunch.
Cribby crab shark.
I can't even say it. Creepy crab shark.
Cribby crab.
Cribby crab. All right, I got it. Cribby crab shark. Welcome to the studio.
I actually built the head.
You cheater!
What if I made of crab legs?
Oh, Lord.
The little crab legs.
Pretty sure that's illegal in at least 12 states. 2 giant successes here. Elf Clubhouse bagged up. Set number on there. Brick set. And the shark is done. Now with legs.
You can see I put, like, his fins.
I'm pretty sure he skipped leg day, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. It's pretty hard because, like, he's so top-heavy with that massive shark head I built.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I need these instructions no more.
No mo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like your guy. What's his name? Fitty, shiggity, biggity.
Sharky the crab.
I'm thinking his name changes every time we do a clip here.
Now I'm going to build something with the rest of the pieces.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Which you guys will be seeing in... like 2 seconds for you guys, but like a minute for me. Now I built the crab version. Focus. He's carrying jewels on his back because he likes rare stuff. He has crab legs. He has crabby eyes. And that's literally what Mr. Crab is. So bye.
There's something special about coming down to the studio early in the morning, especially with Clarkman, and just working on something, maybe having some YouTube on in the background. I just feel like I remember those experiences more than anything else because it's just like quiet and it feels good getting things accomplished, and I just love that. So I definitely want to do more of that. I've got plenty more sets that need broken down, lots of organization and sorting that needs to happen, which is something that Clark and I are working on right now that you're going to see in next week's episode. But before we jump ahead, there's one last thing that I need to talk about here, something that I failed at this week, something that I was actually really proud of and excited to do, but then when I put it out, it kind of just fell flat, and I totally understand why. But that thing happened to be the new version of Mail Time. We've been doing Mail Time for like 3 or 4 years now. Basically the same video almost every single weekend, us opening packages and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? As a creator, I always want to like be growing and changing and like evolving, trying new things like this. And I thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool to make a journal style, because this is very much like a journal, wouldn't it be cool to make a journal style video for Mail Time? So we recorded Mail Time, just kind of filmed it without like really like focusing on the camera and the things that are happening there, but just experiencing it. And then I went and I did something that I never do ever, and that was to create a script of all the things I wanted to talk about, and I sat down, did a voiceover on that. I put all the footage together, made sure it lined up properly. It took me way more time than what a typical Mail Time video is, because that's just kind of recording what's happening and then splicing off the in-betweens, basically. I put it out and I was like, oh man, this is really good. But I should have known, because I asked Mrs. Brickitect, I was like, hey, what do you think of this? Because it was only like 3 minutes long. And she was like, it was okay. And I was like, okay? Because she's my person. She's who I go to for all of these things. Any troubles that I have in this life, Mrs. Brickitect is there to help me with those and help me, direct me, I suppose, you know, because this is a lonely thing to do this. You don't have many people that are in this position that you can just call up and be like, hey, you know, when you're making your Lego vlogs, have you ever considered doing like a journal? No, there's no one. There's nobody. So she was like, it was okay. And I was like, oh, shoot. I knew that was not a good sign. And then the comments started coming in. And most of them are exactly what I would agree with. And it's that most people watch because they like our reactions. They want to see how us opening it, that experience. It's not about recapping it like this. It's about us being there in the moment. And I was like, you know what? I totally botched this. That is absolutely true. That is the purpose of mail time. That's why people send stuff. They don't want to see me do a voiceover on like us opening it. They want to be there in that moment. And I messed that up. And I'm sorry for anybody that really hated this week's mail time. There were some people that really liked it. They liked the recap version, sort of like this, like if you don't have a lot of time, even though that was technically a failure. Definitely my worst performing video in a while, and especially with mail time. It was still good for me to try because I feel like it's so easy to get stagnant and just keep doing the same thing. I want to try new things. I want to see what works. Things like this work. Things like moving missing pieces over to Greg's world worked. This was like my third thing that I tried in the last, I guess, few weeks of 2022 that I was like, hey, let's try this out now because you gotta try stuff, and it didn't work, but that's okay. I still have a plan for mail time that I think could make it really special. I'm gonna keep experimenting with it. I just want to like break out of the mold that I'm in, and I think that's good. I don't think it's healthy to always be the same and stay the same. And I know as someone that watches YouTube videos, sometimes that can be a scary thing, right? You come to a channel because you love a certain thing they do, and when that thing changes or stops or whatever, it's like, oh, that sucks. I really love that. So just know that I am looking out for you. I'm trying to do the best that I can for you, but I'm also trying to do the best thing for me. And finding that balance is very difficult, but that's what we do here on Brickitect. We try to find balance in this world. But that is my week in Lego, I suppose, for January 10th through January 16th, arbitrary dates that I made up, but that's kind of like what happened in those days. I hope you enjoyed the style of this video. It seems like historically over 2 episodes you guys have, but this is definitely something I'm going to continue regardless because I just think it's fun. I just love doing this. I do. I love it. I love it. And I'm so thankful. Literally when I was sitting up, and I got to stop saying literally because Clark has me saying it. He says it every other word. When I was setting this up, I was thinking about how lucky of a guy I am to have this ability to just come down here when normal working hours are happening, when I should be making loans for people and collecting money from people in my old life. I have this opportunity to come down here and hit the record button and talk to you about all the fun that I have playing with Lego for a living. How did I get here? It's amazing. Oh gosh, I'm not bragging. I'm just thankful. So speaking of being thankful, I'm thankful that you watched this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a glorious rest of your day and a glorious rest of your week. Lots of Lego videos coming up here that you will see in episode 4 of My Week in Lego. Thank you to my neighbor too, who stopped doing the leaf blower thing.